Today, we're going on a finder's hike. One thing that entrepreneurs struggle with is friends and peers. When you're really ambitious and you've got big goals, you can become quite hard to relate to. When your head's always thinking about business, your next move, your challenges, the market, you name it, it can just be sometimes quite hard to relate to the people that are always around you, family, local friends, old school friends, because they're not going through what you're going through. And I decided to host a day, and we do this every quarter, for business owners, founders, CEOs that are really interested in having a massive impact in the world, but most importantly, building their own empires for themselves and their families, and ultimately wanting to live life on their own terms, because that's what business is all about. It gives you the option and freedom to work with who you want, when you want, whenever you want. And today is all about networking, meeting new friends, solving problems. We're going to hike up one of the famous mountains in Ireland, one of the most famous, called the Mourne Mountains. 2 hours up, 2 hours down. So we're going to get a bit of a workout in. I announced it like a few weeks ago, and like 200 plus people registered. I hope there's not 200 people here in the car park, because I've never, one, gone up this mountain before, two, gone up with a tail of 200 people behind me. So I'm kind of a little bit anxious, but at the same time too, I can't wait to meet new faces and people that have been following me for a while. All right, come on in, a bit closer, a bit closer, a bit closer. First of all, thank fuck 200 people aren't here. Guys, thank you very much for coming. This is going to be a great day. I'm here for a workout and here to meet some new people, mastermind with you guys, talk about challenges, talk about wins and everything else. I've got a little bit of a framework that I use for these. So when you're walking up, I know it's like an hour and a half hike, but who you are, what kind of clients you work with, what kind of business you have, where are you winning, 3 things, what are you learning, 1 big thing, and then where are you stuck, 1 big stuck. And I don't care if it's my partner's doing my head in and I'm thinking about a divorce, or I've got this team member that I want to fire, but I don't know how to do it, all right? Or I can't get leads. I don't care what it is, all right? And you can do it in 2s, you can do it in 3s, you can do it in whatever you want, all right? I'm gonna try to circle around everybody. That might not be possible up a mountain, but I'm gonna try my best, and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna burn probably about, I don't know how many calories, like 1,500 calories. I'm on a massive health kick, so I'm just here to shred. All right, so it's gonna be great. There are a lot of people coming that aren't here, but we're gonna shoot because we're told 9:30, and we'll see how this first one goes. I know there's people here of different levels, different backgrounds, but it doesn't matter. Help someone, you learn from someone, mingle about, and the more interactions you have, the better. So we're gonna have a blast. Somebody else, swap. We're gonna do a couple of these little pit stops. I definitely underestimated how tough this is gonna be. So all right, as you can see, I'm a layer down. Anybody else kind of starting to realize maybe this wasn't a good idea? All right, change partner. I'm gonna be circling around. If you wanna stay with the same person, you can. I'm starting to sweat, which is great. So if I'm sweating, you need to be sweating, all right?
So it's just on that one about hard work and stuff. I'm at that stage where it's multiple businesses. I'm running about with 2 phones in my pocket. At that type of stage. Is that kind of like a rite of passage to go through? And what's my steps to get past? I know we chatted about delegation, but is that the key?
I'm a firm believer that you've got to do every role in your business first before you delegate it. There's a difference between hard work and smart work. And if you've been hardworking for a while and you haven't really built a team, there's a very good chance that you're going to have a fuck ton of money sitting in your bank account that you're not using. And in order to go to the next level in your business, you've got to be comfortable letting go of some of that cash to hire people, to invest in infrastructure, to invest in automation, to invest in technology, to invest in advertising, to go to the next level. And that really comes with evaluating, what is it that you're optimizing for, right? Because I think one thing with entrepreneurs is they can definitely get really caught up in hiding in their work, and it feels comfortable, it feels normal, it feels safe, and letting go of that is uncomfortable, and because it's all that they know. But if you really look at the real reason why you wanted to grow a business is because you wanted freedom, right? And you can't have freedom when you're working all the time. And when you're working all the time, it does suck. You get these people that say, I never want to stop working because I love what I love. Well, there are certain parts of your role that you will not like. There are certain parts that will do your head in. There are certain challenges with team members that you'll have to keep correcting and all that.
So if you were to start from scratch in a new coaching business and you were starting from scratch again, what's your top 3 priorities? What would be the first 3 things that you would do in order to grow and scale that new coaching business?
Okay, so you've sold your business, you're out the other end, you've got these skills and expertise, and first of all, it's a strange place to be because you're not used to not knowing what to do. You've got skills and you've got talent that are going to be valuable to people, but you're up against people that have already been doing it for years, that have already got an audience, and you're at the ground trying to, start it from the ground up. So first of all, realize that it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough, it's going to be challenging. And I always say to people that you behave your way to success. It doesn't just happen overnight. So first of all, install that expectation that it is going to be hard. Secondly, be very mindful, and I kind of talk about the mindset around this because it's important. No matter what level you're at, you're going to get caught by sometimes seeing something and thinking, how can they have that and I don't have that? But you're only comparing yourself to people that have been in it for a long time, genetic freaks that are one-off, that were there at a luck and a timing place, and they're your only comparables. So you don't actually have any comparables. So that's a problem, and it can be a problem for everybody here. If you're in a particular niche or a business and you're doing really, really well, and also at the start, if you don't have a comparable of somebody that started where you were or is where you're at, the only people that you can compare yourself to are the best in the world, and then that makes you feel like so close yet so far from where you're actually wanting to go. So I would really get my mind just absolutely weaponized from a perspective of, right, I can't look at anything as a I'm not good enough or this is too hard kind of perspective. I just get clear. I get really, really clear on who my dream customer is going to be, and that's not going to be one person. It's going to be a range of people. So I would maybe highlight 3 to 5 people, and what are the big common problems that you're solving for those people, and look at where they're currently going to get solutions like that. What are they currently buying? What are they currently investing in? What groups are they in? What communities are they in? Where are they? And like I said to this gentleman here, try and find and integrate those groups where those people are going to be and get your name known, get seen. The biggest thing for you right now is visibility. It's not actually conversion.
Phil, if you find yourself in a niche that you never really thought you'd get into, right, and that niche is already being served really well and with trusted suppliers, how would you go about breaking into that niche and think you're technically taking business off other people who have been dealing with these people for a long time, to trust them? So if you wanted to get those dream clients, so you became the name of the industry, how would you go about that?
The thing is, you got to understand marketplaces. When a marketplace is a certain size and there's a certain people serving it, the only way to get clients is either to take them from the current people already serving them, or to expand the marketplace. And the only way that you're going to expand the marketplace is with people that set up new businesses and new startups and new people that fracture off or potentially go to new countries. So that's something that you have to consider, and that's, businesses, people are always fighting for the best value, the fastest service, the fastest turnaround. And when a market cap is a certain size and it's already being served, the option there is, how can I provide a better service and faster results than somebody else and provide more value? And essentially that's the game of business, and it is what it is. That's for the other competitor to worry about. And that's the beauty of competition in business, and the beauty of a market getting more sophisticated is that it forces you to get better. It forces you to reevaluate what you're doing. Some people look at competition as a threat, but it's actually there to serve you when you actually look at it through the right lens. It'll force you to level up. It'll force you to take your customers more seriously. It'll force you to market harder. I think everybody here that runs a business that's had a competitor pop up has had a bit of fire under their ass. And it's been one of those things where you just got to lean into the fucking thing and do it, because I always say to people, if you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. you know, and that's your option. So it's how do you communicate and showcase that value, and you know, you'll do that by having messaging that's very disruptive and very different to anybody else, and that's going to require you to be authentically rebellious with the way that you present yourself. Two is obviously your case studies and your current clients, and using them as, you know, the stories and narratives for other companies to buy in, and also getting the foot in the door. So again, like I said to somebody earlier on, let's like spend a year building relationships. You know, the more relationships and connections that you can build up, the closer proximity you are to opportunity. So, you know, you're not far away from the person or the next connection that's going to radically change your business. And it will be one person, it will be one company, it will be one idea, it will be one offer that completely reshapes your perspective about how you do business, you know. So these are just really, really, really important things. So hope it helps.
Then do you meet with your team, the people you directly manage, and how do you keep them accountable for KPIs?
So if you look at your departments of your business in three very simple lenses, so you have, let's just say, marketing, you'll have sales, and then you'll have delivery or product or whatever it is around the actual delivery of the client facing stuff. You'll want to meet with each department, marketing and client delivery or product or service, once a week to get a review on what's the with marketing. You want to be reviewing the following things: is what's the opportunity ahead of us, what are we doing to get more eyeballs on our stuff, what are the challenges, what are the lessons, what are we spending, what are we returning. These are all important things. Delivery, you want to be measuring like customer retention, churn, reorders, ascensions, all of those kinds of things, customer satisfaction, customer complaints. Looking at customer complaints and going, right, how can we optimize this? How can we do something with this? And sales is pretty much a daily thing. So you want a daily pulse on what are the numbers, what's the daily cash flow of the business like? And then ultimately, you know, end of week report, end of month report, end of quarter report. So, you know, you should ideally have a leader for each department, and the leader for each department is responsible for managing and coordinating the projects of that department and driving the results. And it's important to kind of create the expectation of results, like minimum and maximum. What are we optimizing for? And that will change every now and again. So as the market changes and corrects, it's quite hard to constantly be linearly increasing. You know, it will go through peaks and troughs. So if you have a bad month, you have to go, okay, well, what do we do well? What do we not do well? Not just focus on the loss side of it. You've got to look at the whole thing, you know. But you should be checking in with those individuals. You could have a COO that reports to all of them and then reports to you, but it adds a communication overhead that you don't really need depending on the size of your business. It's all relative to size, you know. So, and how much involvement you want to have as well. You know, if you still want to be on the coal face of your business and the coal face of dealing with clients, to really understand it, you'll want to be meeting with your heads. But if you want to kind of like weigh your week down and get more out of the way, you'll want to pull back more and be brought a report, you know. So it really depends where you're at in your life, size of your business, and how much involvement you want. So, yeah.
All right, go ahead. 1, 3, 1.
Tell everyone what to do first.
Even a hand up in the air.
1, 2, 3. Yo!